Live from the Convocation Center on the campus of the University of North Georgia in Dahlonega, coverage of the Peach Belt Conference is on the air. And good afternoon, everyone, alongside Lee Glenn, Craig Corbin, for this, the penultimate regular season game for the UNG women. Their opponent today, Francis Marion, the Patriots picking up a win in their last game out. They call it the Battle of I-95 as they knocked off UNC Pembroke 79-72. A big run right after halftime propelled them to that win. So they come in feeling good about having put one in the win column.
Yeah, impressed about a few things with your opening statement there, Craig. Number one, having worked with you for as long as we have, I know what penultimate means now, so I've got that figured out. Second to last. And I like your I-85 reference. You know, that's a very well-traveled section of the country there in eastern North Carolina.
Absolutely.
And that is one of the trips where you can go between Francis Marion and Pembroke and be entertained by south of the border billboards.
Innumerable billboards.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. They have spent a lot of money in marketing in that part of the state. But in all seriousness, you know, I'm interested to see what Francis Marion brings to the table today for a few reasons. First of all, they didn't start basketball until January, where they opened up with 4 straight losses. Then they were paused for 5 games. And then they came back from the pause and lost 4 more games. So they're 0-8 with a big pause in between. But their last game, as you noted, was straight up I-85 and a win at Pembroke. And I don't think that there's many situations where two teams are playing less than 48 hours later than the two teams have combined to pick up road wins at Georgia Southwestern and at Pembroke. Those are they're the extreme geographical points of the conference. And those are both hard places to win. So we've got a Monday 3 o'clock afternoon game against two teams that have really, in the last 48 hours, gone on the road and done something very, very noteworthy. Like I said, we had trouble at Pembroke, even kind of pulling away there late, but I believe it was a 1 or 2 possession at halftime.
Yep.
And then fast forward to this past Saturday, our women down at Georgia Southwestern won the first quarter by 10 points and ended up hanging on by about 10 points. Second, third, and fourth quarters, all 1 possession either way. 49 fouls called, including 59 free throw attempts. And so it was just a physical war.
Wow.
And so how we respond from that challenge, you know, going down to Americas, and if Francis Marion's able to bring any momentum from their win here. When I look at the conference standings, I think Lander has pretty much secured the number 1 seed. UNG was going to be the 2nd seed, it looks like. And then there's Clayton State and Georgia Southwestern have kind of a little intrinsic battle going on for that 3rd and 4th spot. But you can't rule out Young Harris, who has road games at Clayton and at Georgia Southwestern. And Augusta is in there mathematically as well. So looking like that Wednesday play-in game here in the Convocation Center will happen. Just not quite sure who our opponent's going to be.
It will be interesting. Also, you talk about playing on the road. That is not only a change in your routine, but physically the recovery time that is required, especially from a long road trip, regardless of how well the team is playing. There's a price to pay for being on the road.
That's a great point. You know, I think that road wins, the bus rides home, are the most enjoyable things in college sport, to be honest with you. But it goes without saying that you're still on a bus, and you're still a long way from home, and you're still returning to a cold car at 1 o'clock in the morning. And so so it's a fun kind of memory-creating experience, but it ends really quick when you realize, wow, it's really cold back here in Dahlonega. It's 1 o'clock, and I got to be at weights in the morning at 8.
Will be interesting to see what transpires today as the Nighthawks play host to the Patriots of Francis Marion. So glad that you've joined us for this coverage by the Nighthawk Sports Network. We will step aside. When we come back, it'll be time for starting lineups and the opening tip right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back in a moment.
Leadership is fueled by vision and passion. Leadership is service with empathy, creativity, and integrity. Leadership is seeking continuous improvement for yourself and your community. Since 1873, the University of North Georgia has prepared generations of civic, professional, and military leaders. Today, UNG is a leading regional university that serves students across 5 campuses and online, with educational pathways ranging from associate degrees to doctoral programs. And as one of only 6 senior military colleges in the nation, UNG holds designations as a state leadership institution and as the Military College of Georgia. UNG's national reputation and student profile are growing stronger each year, and we remain focused on student success and academic excellence at all levels. Across UNG, our incredible faculty and staff are scholars and mentors who inspire service, inquiry, and creativity. And resume-building experiences help each student fulfill their potential. We know the value of determination and teamwork in and out of the classroom, and this spirit pushes our students to excel on the field, serve our communities, and explore the world. When the day is done, the real measure of our success lies in who our graduates become. Outstanding leaders for a diverse and global society. The University of North Georgia.
What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad cause you're on your own? I can't find a little help from my friends. So I'm gonna try a little help from my friends.
Back here at the Convocation Center, time now for your starting lineups. First for the visiting Patriots from Francis Marion under head coach Jerry Porter. He'll be starting number 3, Jasmine May, a junior from Sanford, North Carolina. Number 13, Anaya Oliver, a freshman from Goose Creek, South Carolina. Number 20, Jasmine Stanley, a sophomore also from Goose Creek, South Carolina. Number 21, Scarlett Gilmore, sophomore from Rock Hill. And number 32, the Patriots' leading scorer, Lauren Taylor, a freshman from Blythewood, South Carolina. The Patriots 1-8 overall, 1-7 in Peach Belt Conference play. For the homestanding Nighthawks under head coach Buffy Burson, it'll be number 5, Abby Franklin, the senior from Homer, Georgia. Number 11, Abby Hubert, senior from Chattanooga. Number 15, senior Kara Groover from Noonan, Georgia. Number 24, freshman Carolyn Martin from Cumming. And number 42, senior Julianne Sutton from Flowery Branch. The Nighthawks 14-1 overall, 11-1 in Peach Belt Conference play, and on a 9-game winning streak. Teams are on the floor, ready for action.
When's the last time you called a 3 o'clock Monday basketball game?
Never.
That wasn't on a holiday.
Never. Ever. We are underway, but glad to be doing so today on a gorgeous winter afternoon here in Dahlonega. First possession of the game, and stepping on the end line, Scarlett Gilmore. And that will give the Nighthawks their first touch of the afternoon. Martin attempted to lob it in, but too much for Julianne. First minute of the first quarter. Jasmine May gets it over to Taylor, and back it goes. 3-second violation on the Patriots. Will turn it right back, and so an inauspicious start to this one.
Not a shot attempt yet.
Nope. Franklin hands it to Martin, top of the key. Sutton wide open for a 3. It's good.
There's your shot attempt. And a make.
And a nice one at that. Julianne does not take a lot of threes, but hits at a pretty good clip, about 30%.
could probably take a hula hoop and put on the floor, and 90% of her career threes have come from inside of that hoop.
Yeah, right at the top of the key. Basket inside, the first basket for Frances Marion. It's 3-2. Sutton on the block to give to Hubert, but the shot would not fall.
No, Caroline Martin with the steal, though.
Look at the touch pass inside from Groover to Hubert. Kara said, okay, you didn't get the first one.
We'll give you another one.
Yeah. 5-2. 8:30 to play here in quarter number one. Pass inside for Taylor, and that's going to be a charge on the freshman.
And I love the energy from Abby Hubert taking the charge, knowing she's in the right spot, and before she even hits the floor, she's already cheering.
Franklin stops Hubert. Now over to Groover, the lob to Sutton, back out front to Martin. Caroline finds Abby. Now Sutton, spin move in the lane, and good.
Oh, caught him snoozing on the scout there. Everybody likes to sit on her left shoulder. Went back over her right. Although she finished with her right hand, that's a new move in her repertoire there.
Down low, Taylor collects it, puts it off the glass, and it's now 7-4. North Georgia the lead and the ball.
Nice pass by the Patriots there to a cutting post player.
Ball tipped away by Stanley. Here come the Patriots. And the running one-hander good by Jasmine May, her 4th point of the afternoon, and it's a 1-point game. Ball out of bounds, last touched by the Nighthawks. That will give it right back to Frances Marion. Patriots have 5 players averaging in double digits.
These teams are playing at a clip in the first 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes like they haven't played basketball in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that they were both on the road on Saturday afternoon. They got some energy to burn.
Oliver back to Taylor. She'll try a 3, and it's good. And with that, Frances Marion on top at 9-7. They're on a 7-0 run.
That's a tough action to defend when you've got a big that can shoot a 3.
Sutton finds Hubert in the lane. Shot would not go. Groover gets a hand on it, saves it to Caroline Martin. Just a classic Kara Groover effort play.
Absolutely.
Sutton and a beautiful fake and move by Hubert. The ball lingered on the back of the rim and fell away. Slow start offensively for Hubert. Number of good looks, but nothing. Only one basket, rather, has gone.
3 clean looks.
Abby, the pass intended for Julianne. Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. The corner 3 by Groover, and that puts North Georgia back on top by a point at 10-9. 6:10 to go. Quarter number 1. Open May, long shot, good. It's a 2. And that leapfrogs the Patriots back in front at 11-10. Franklin out near midcourt. Guarded by Jasmine May. Now Hubert over to Groover, looks inside instead to Martin. Shot clock at 15. Back to Groover. Kara tried to get it to Hubert, but the Patriot defense converged and knocked it away. Straightaway 3 by Taylor. Goodness gracious. And Lauren Taylor already with 8 points.
2 threes there. That's again a 5-player, a big shooting threes. Second different spot she's made a 3 from as well. Wing and top of the key. That definitely stresses defense out, trying to figure out how to way to stop post from scoring from deep.
5:05 to go in quarter number 1. 14-10 Patriots with the ball. Out front to Jasmine May. A fake and the move by Oliver. In traffic, shot up, and a block called inside on Hubert. We've got an official timeout with 4:52 to go in quarter number 1. Frances Marion on top, 14-10. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
The Patriots of Francis Marion on a 10-2 run. And here's a look back at Julianne Sutton's three from the top of the key. And, you know, Lee, to your point, I guarantee you that if you did that statistical dive that you're talking about, I'll bet you're right on the money.
Yeah, she both bigs in this game so far have actually shown the propensity to make threes. We've had 3 or 4. Kara Groover made one as well. We've had 4 threes made. 75% of them have come from the posts.
That is not the norm.
Been an odd start to this game.
Indeed. A foul shot there, and make it 2 from Scarlett Gilmore, and that's the largest lead of the day. Patriots up by 6. North Georgia. Now Lacey McCoy in the ball game. Away to Franklin. The lob to Sutton in the lane. Turns. Shoots. Would not fall. Rebound to Francis Marion. Here come the Patriots. Leading by 6. Down low, Brianna White just in the ball game. Gets it back to Taylor. Now the drive by Gilmore in traffic. Up. No good. Ball tipped away, and the Patriots will do it again. This a 3 from Gilmore in the corner is good, and don't look now, but it's a 9-point advantage for Francis Marion.
A lot of times when we run set action for Julianne and she gets a post touch in the paint, we tend to forget, and we tend to just watch her play. And one player that I like watching play, speaking of that, is Caroline Martin. Just gets downhill right there, easy too. But back to my earlier point, I think sometimes she'll catch, and sometimes we move really well, and then she passes well out of it, and then sometimes we watch. And if it's a bad result, there's no offensive rebounding opportunity. And so I'd like to see us get it play through her, but also pass out of her a little bit more.
19-12 your score. Francis Marion on top. North Georgia with the ball. Martin gets it to Sutton. Tried to get to McCoy. McCoy now feeds Franklin. Corner 3 up. Would not fall.
But right there, a rhythm 3 by one of our best three-point shooters, because the ball went to Julianne Sutton, then out. So we passed through Lacey McCoy into a rhythm jump shot. So good things happen when she passes out. And then when she starts to pass out a lot, then she can start taking advantage of the one-on-one opportunities.
The backdoor cut by Gilmore. She was too far underneath. Nighthawks have it at the other end of the floor. Earnhardt drives, now kicks to Franklin. 3 from the wing is good.
Miss March probably not going to miss 2 of those in a row.
Nope. 19-15. The lead for Francis Marion is 4 with 2:40 to go in the opening quarter. Skip pass. Boy, I thought that Earnhardt was going to pick that one off.
Change of pace defense, 1-3-1. It's kind of been our go-to defense for many years, but we haven't used it quite as much this year as we have in years past. 1-3-1 when the ball goes below the free throw line turns into a 2-3. And so there's a lot of common zone principles there, but, you know, an odd guard front defensively at least makes you play another way, because it takes away the ball reversal. So it's good to see that now that we're getting into the end of our season, you know, the postseason section of the year, that we're adding another defensive element to our arsenal that can just throw a different look at offenses. Bounce
pass from Earnhardt to McCoy. Now Lacey away to Martin. Shot clock at 10. Martin drives, stops, now kicks to Franklin. Abby with 7, 6, 5. Back to Caroline with 4, 3. The pass to McCoy. 2, 1. The shot is up, blocked, but a foul bails out the Nighthawks.
I thought Carolina was going to take off there from the wing and just drive at the basket and pull the defense to her, but they both showed a lot of poise. Number one, to make the extra pass on a short shot clock, but then a lot of poise by Lacey McCoy to not just throw it up with 2 seconds left. Took the time to get a shot fake up, get to the rim, play off 2, and get that foul. Collect that whistle right as the shot clock was going off.
The first from McCoy a bit short. 75% shooter on the year. Sophomore from Waleska. And got that one right on the money, and it's 19-16. 6-0 run by North Georgia. 1:50 to go, first quarter. Patriots with the ball out front. Brianna White now in the corner. It goes. Long 3, no good from Raven Medeiros. Martin skips it over to Earnhardt. The pass to McCoy. Lacey drives. And a beautiful shot. Up and under by Lacey. And we'll stay right here. And North Georgia has clawed back to within 1 at 19-18.
I love whenever Lacey catches the ball in the post because she uses the dribble so effectively. 1, 2, 3, 3.5 dribbles there to get to the other side of the rim. And so whenever Julianne's in the game, you got to play a particular kind of physical post defense that pushes the offense away from the rim. And then when Lacey kind of subs in and she's our big, if you push her away from the rim, you're going to get dribbled around. So it's, I'm sure that's what the Francis Marion timeout there is just to kind of charge their girls to stay attentive to the post offensive player. And know that if there's a push out, that you just got to make Lacey McCoy play over your top. But I love watching her play because much like Julianne Sutton, the ball comes out of her hand really good and gets our flow going because she's such a good passer as a post player as well.
And averaging 22 minutes per game. An increased involvement this season. Boy, she nearly got a hand on that one. Tied for the 3rd most steals on the team. They're going to call a foul, though, on that play as she defended against Jasmine Stanley.
A little bit of a frustration foul right there because she did such a good job of moving her feet and just kind of eliminating the straight line drive. And so there was a lot of contact on the drive. So she had done so well and had been so physical to get to the to thwart the penetration. It was like the shot part, you know, she had played great defense too long. She just had to bring the hands down. And when the hands come down, that's normally going to be a whistle.
Stanley, a 78% shooter on the year, makes 1 of 2, and it's 20-18. Getting a breather is Brianna White. Lauren Taylor back on the court for the Patriots. Chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. McCoy on the wing, guarded by Taylor. Now the pass to Martin. Caroline holding high. One dribble and away to Franklin. Abby.
Watch out.
Earnhardt. Boy, I thought she was going to pull the trigger right there. Now Josie will bring it back. Shot clock at 8, 7. Macy Gregg lost the handle. Here come the Patriots. 40 seconds to go, first quarter, up by 2. Ball knocked away by Martin. 18 on the shot clock, 32.5 seconds remain in the quarter. Julianne Sutton hustles in, and Macy Gregg will head back to the bench. Adderton inbounds. Bullock now defended by Martin. Boy, that might have been 5 second. Long heave just beating the buzzer. Now the Nighthawks can take the last shot. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Chance to tie or take the lead. Martin tracks it down. Back out front to Sutton with 5, 4. Puts it up from 15. No good. And rebound to Taylor. And that's going to be your first quarter. Francis Marion using a couple of big runs. And they lead by 2. It's 20-18. We'll step aside and be back in a moment right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Bandit Fox 2-3, out. Mark them with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks desk with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
And back we are. Lee Glenn, Craig Corbin, the Nighthawk Sports Network team. Francis Marion went on a 17-2 run in the first quarter and lead by 2.
I didn't know that it was a single run. It felt like it was a little run and then another little run.
They went on a 7-0 run and then a 10-0 run.
Wow, sandwiched them around a single basket.
Around a single three-pointer. Second quarter is underway. And Martin missing there. Ball tipped out of bounds. No, saved. Nope, out of bounds. That courtesy of the hieroglyphics department.
Those things don't lie, do they?
Man, that's the scoring Bible right there.
We're going with the single fold.
Yeah.
For 8 1/4 by 11.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 4 1/4 by 11.
That's it. McCoy in the lane. A beautiful move in the basket. And we're tied at 20.
Got him with the old up and under there.
You talked about her ability inside. And I also have really enjoyed the way she has stepped up her game this season. That pass over the head.
She can dribble and she can pivot. Two concepts that a lot of bigs don't do anymore these days. So she's left all along in the post there. A little ghost dribble to her right. Rips around, actually faces up a little bit, steps through and scores the easy two. Providing good minutes
Sutton
off the bench. 2 more here.
How about that? Julianne handed it to her at the elbow and stolen by Martin. It is 22-20. Franklin wants a dagger with a 3. That one no good. Sutton got a hand on it, but last touched by Taylor. And so North Georgia will retain possession.
Lacey McCoy's 2 came off a great baseline out action. They got lost against baseline play a minute ago. Let's see what we can get here on baseline. A wide open 3.
Big shot by Martin wouldn't go. Sutton, the weak side rebound, and the follow is good. 24-20. Played a minute and 15 seconds here in quarter number 2. North Georgia on top by 4 after trailing for most of the first quarter. Down low, a beautiful pass, but the shot would not go for Jasmine Stanley.
1-3-1 giving Francis Marion a little bit of trouble here.
Franklin wide open, straightaway 3. Julianne off the mark. That one no good.
She was just one step outside of the hula hoop there.
Yeah.
She had got one step to the left inside of the hula hoop. It would have been a make.
Take that to the bank.
Wearing the eye patch today.
Speaking, that is never, anytime that you have something different from the norm, it obviously is a little bit off-putting.
Ooh.
That one no good, off the glass and off the iron. Earnhardt with the loose ball brings it up against Taylor Simmons. And Simmons tried for the steal. Simmons will check out, and back in comes Brianna White. Martin gets a breather for North Georgia, and Groover back on the floor for the Nighthawks. McCoy to inbound, and does so to Franklin. Now Lacey will drive, stops to Sutton. Julianne in the paint in the corner. Groover zips it back to Julianne. Shot is up and contact. That'll be the second on Taylor.
Yeah, that catch was very, very deep in the paint. Good things happened when we're that close to the charge circle on the catch. Don't have to generate our offense.
I wonder what the percentage of converted opportunities for Julianne is when it's that deep in the paint.
Extremely high.
Yeah.
Like free throw percentage high.
At the line on the season, Julianne has been just better than 70% and gets 1 of 2 there. 25-20, North Georgia on top. Francis Marion with the ball. Taylor at the elbow. Now puts it back to Simmons. Simmons guarded by Franklin. Now puts it up from 17 feet. No good. Rebound taken by Groover. And a foul inside, I believe, on Julianne.
Might have been on Lacey McCoy.
Yep, I think you're right.
Box out foul.
That's the second on Lacey.
Coach Burson is imitating what she feels like Lacey did.
To no avail. But it was a good recreation.
Oh, that's the first 2 you've put on the hieroglyphics in a while for the red, isn't it?
Yep. That just stops a 7-0 run by North Georgia. Earnhardt on the wing, zips the pass, the elbow to Julianne. Franklin just inside the arc, no good. Rebound by Groover, finds herself open and scores.
She was surprised that she was that open after she collected herself.
A 3 from Gilmore, no good. Rebound Franklin, putting it in gear down the floor. Abby stops, now finds Earnhardt. 3.
Money.
And that's the biggest lead of the day for North Georgia. An official timeout. 30-22. North Georgia on top. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The human body is like any high-performance machine. As the miles add up, parts wear out. That's where pain begins. And here's where it ends. Where top orthopedic surgeons use breakthrough techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for good. Feel like new again for miles to come at the region's only dedicated joint care center, Northeast Georgia Medical Center.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountain.
And back we are. Take a look at that last rebound and basket by Kara Groover.
Kara just doing what Kara does. Missed 2. She goes and reads it. Has to spin in the air when she grabs it. Then when she quits spinning, she realizes there's nobody around me. And just turned and actually made a tough angle 2 there. So you said it was 19-10, is that right?
That was correct.
We're on a 20-3 run here.
Yep. You know what? That was a great example, that last replay, of seeing how Kara instantaneously, when she saw the shot going up, making a beeline to where she thought that a rebound could come off.
Rebounding is a lot of effort and a lot of intellect. Third 3 there from Francis Marion's 5 from the top of the key. So number one, you got to have the effort and you got to have the intellect, knowing that where balls bounce.
Yeah. Lauren Taylor with 11 on the afternoon. 6:09 to go. Quarter number 2, 30-25. Caroline Martin holding high. Now will inbound to Groover. Kara versus top of the key. Inadvertent.
Yeah, a lot of times the dribble handoffs can be called illegal screens there, but when you give them that little bit of extra backside or arm after the handoff, that Kara didn't argue too much.
Nope. Gilmore, or beg your pardon, Oliver, and a whistle. That's going to be on Brianna White.
See, that won't show up in the box score, but that right there was just Caroline Martin just locking in as an on-ball defender and not getting her head caught on a swivel regarding, back and forth.
Beautiful feed between Sutton and Hubert. Look at the pass. Oh, my goodness. Groover should have had another assist there.
Caroline was just locked in on guarding the ball and just didn't worry about getting hit by a screen.
Taylor drives on Sutton, stops, nothing there. Good defense by Julianne. Shot clock at 12. 5:10 to go until the half. Down the lane, the shot is up. No good from Anaya Oliver. A lot of contact there. And that's going to be a foul on Scarlett Gilmore. 5:05 remains here in the second quarter. Abby Franklin back in. Earnhardt gets a breather. Franklin guarded by Jasmine May. Down low, Sutton turns. Hook shot, good.
That's that left shoulder that she likes to go.
32-25, 4:44 to go until the half. Taylor makes it from short range.
Good help by Julianne there to stop the baseline penetration, but we weren't attentive to helping the helper there. When we see Julianne leave her man, we got to automatically get somebody to the block there.
Boy, Groover has missed out on a pair of assists the last couple of times down, and at the other end, Jasmine May with the basket. It's 32-29. Backdoor cut, Kara Groover.
Nice find by Abby.
4:04 to go, second quarter. Out front, Stanley gets it over to Oliver. Now a long three is going to be way short from Scarlett Gilmore. Here come the Nighthawks. Martin drives, stops, back out front. Franklin waits, pops a three, no good. Rebound, guess who? Kara Groover.
It's got to be so, encouraging. When Kara goes and chases Abby's jump shots, number one, that says a lot about Kara because Abby doesn't miss a lot of them, but knowing that she's going to have to chase 10 of them to get 2 of them.
Yeah.
But these last 2, she's been in the right spot on the carom. But it just tells you a little bit about Kara's commitment to the culture. So jump shot goes up, she's going to do her job and chase it. Although she's going to do a lot of chasing that doesn't lead into points.
Nice feed from Hubert to Martin and is wrapped up. That'll be a foul on Gilmore. And by the way, the rebound that started that transition was to Kara Groover. 36-29, checking in for Francis Marion. Raven Medeiros, freshman from Austell,
Georgia.
Yep. Pebblebrook High. Groover gets a well-deserved breather along with Hubert. McCoy back out there, as is Earnhardt. Martin at the line. 76% on the season. That makes it 37-29. One more coming for the freshman from Cumming, Georgia. Second one no good. Rebound into the hands of Gilmore. She'll bring it up. Guarded very closely by Caroline. Lob in the corner to Medeiros out front. Now ball tipped away, intended for Taylor. Groover has it. Zips the pass. Lacey McCoy in traffic. Tips to Earnhardt. Now Sutton to Franklin. Drives. Abby stop. Bounce past McCoy. 10-footer. Yes.
Nice little pocket delivery by Abby there to Lacey.
One thing you saw on that possession that you see quite often with North Georgia is when a player can't get both hands on the ball, but they can tip it to a teammate. You see that so many times. Taylor in the lane gets it to go. 39-31, North Georgia by 8. 2:15 to go in the second quarter. Frances Marion comes up with the ball. Inside 2 minutes we go. Taylor Simmons drives, nothing doing there. Might have moved that pivot foot. Pass on the perimeter. A drive through traffic and give the basket to Scarlett Gilmore.
Nice split right there.
39-33. Turnover there.
Is that a travel?
Yep. Minute 35 remaining here in quarter number 2. Sutton, McCoy, Groover, Earnhardt, Franklin. Taylor Simmons guarded by Martin. Away it goes to Medeiros. Now the pass to Taylor. Oh my goodness. Taylor put Julianne on her backside. No whistle. And then got the easy basket. 6-0 run for Frances Marion. Nipped in the bud by the 3 from Caroline Martin. And quickly Coach Burson calling for Abby Hubert to check in. And she hustles to the scorer's table and does so. A minute exactly. We had a timeout on the floor. Keep it right here. Let's take a look.
All that centered around this play here. The drive.
That was not a flop.
You know what I think happened? I think she stepped on her foot. And so it looked like she got run over.
Okay.
But I think that's what happened.
I'll give you that. I will give you that.
Regardless, is the no whistle on that possession kind of lingered for a possession and a half with everybody, and I think that's what Coach Burson's whistle was just hey, look, I got to use it or lose it. Let's just regroup. Let's forget it. Let's flush it. Let's go ahead and take Julianne out. I'm sorry, she left her in.
7-point lead for North Georgia. The running shot no good. It's an air ball from Taylor Simmons. Here come the Nighthawks. Quickly Franklin stops. Sutton, top of the key. Will hand it back to Abby now. Earnhardt zips it to Hubert, top of the key. Josie. Martin down low to Sutton in traffic, yes. And Taylor playing with 2 fouls could not afford a bird and taken away by Franklin. Abby, the lob, oh goodness. And Hubert was tripped. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay North Georgia.
I think that there were just 4 turnovers in a span of about 10 seconds.
A spate of them.
I'm sure that means 4.
A bunch. That was not the word of the day, but that is a good word. Sutton has it knocked away, ties, oh goodness, they didn't call a jump. Frances Marion with 4 seconds, 3, the pass through the wickets. Caroline Martin puts it up from half court, nearly made it.
They practice that shot every day and shoot around on the day before a game. So that's not, we can make that shot.
That was very close to being good. 44 35. North Georgia leads Francis Marion. An interesting ball game. Can't wait to talk about it in the halftime report. We'll step aside and be back in a moment right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Joyride beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good.
What is the Golden Eagle Band? Established in 1873, we are the oldest organization on campus. Excellence in music is our passion. Our spirit of brotherhood provides friendships that last a lifetime. We compete and perform just for fun. Join the tradition.
North Georgia trailed by 2 after 1 quarter, but roared back in the second to take the lead, which is 9 at 44-35. Alongside Lee Glenn, Craig Corbin, the Nighthawk Sports Network. This, the next to the last regular season game in the Peach Belt Conference for the Nighthawks. And Francis Marion obviously coming in feeling good about things, fresh off that win, and playing like it right out of the gate.
Yeah, you can tell battle of the
I-95
south of the
battle.
border.
Yep, the south of the border battle.
Yeah.
I like that.
They that gave them. They're definitely got a little zip, or pop in their step. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Craig. You know, it's like it's a unique situation for Francis Marion too, because they can't qualify for the conference tournament or postseason play. So really, just the end of the regular season terminates their schedule. So number one, they can just play loose and free.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, the way that COVID has influenced the compliance laws, you know, these players could theoretically, if their academic track warrants so, come back for another year. So it's like free basketball. You know, it's like, hey, this is just a chance for us to get better and try some things. And I really like the effort that Francis Marion is playing with. And the pace, to be honest with you. It's not a pace that you would expect on a Monday afternoon game after both these teams have played on the road on a Saturday.
Yep.
It's really transition basketball by evidence of 79 points being scored right here in the first half.
Yep, should be interesting when we take a deeper dive into the numbers. We will take a breather when we come back. We'll take a look at some of those statistics from the first 20 minutes of this game right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back after this.
I look at the camera, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wear my mask to be there for my residents.
I wear my mask so we can stay on campus.
I wear my mask because I know that other people might be more vulnerable to the virus, and I want to make sure that I protect others and keep everyone safe.
I wear my mask to protect all the dads out there. I know personally how it feels to lose someone very close to me due to the coronavirus, and if there are steps that we can take to protect the ones that we love, we should do it.
Can I just do it now? Okay, I wear my mask to keep others safe.
I wear my mask because I care about our community.
I choose to wear my mask because it's such a simple thing for me to do that I can love not only all my friends and my family, but just people I see in the grocery store and in the street.
I wear my mask so I can see my sisters on campus and we can have fundraising events.
I wear my mask to love my neighbor and protect others.
I wear my mask.
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 I wear a mask because I want to keep others safe.
Hi, I'm Sonia McLean, broker of Red Rooster Realty. Come check out our new location. It's this old farmhouse built in the 1930s that we were able to preserve and yet still turn it into our new office. We are a full-service real estate company. We work with buyers and sellers and would love to speak with you if you are in the market. Our new location is 80 Bell Street, Hiawassee, Georgia, or you can give us a call at 706-896-1225. We look forward to speaking with you.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back here in Dahlonega, North Georgia on top 44-35 at the half. And a look at your numbers from the first half of play.
Yeah, as coaches, we like to reflect on not necessarily their shot efficiency as much as it is your shot quantity, because it's not like you can go in the locker room at halftime and say, okay, we need to shoot better. Okay, this is just bad stress to put on. You can't. So you really just got to find a way to get more shots. And North Georgia's only taken 3 more shots than the Patriots. Very balanced from 3. Both teams taking 11, making 4 and 5 respectively. Very balanced from the free throw line. Only 10 attempts so far, whereas there were 59 attempts Saturday for us. Rebounds is a different story. North Georgia plus 10, but I'll tell you where I think that we've created the most yield is plus 5 in the offensive variety, because that's just extra possessions. And if we didn't have those, then Francis Marion would have better shot volume than we have. And then paint points, there's 40 combined paint points so far in this game. That tells you that the game is playing really, really fast.
Yep.
And that there's a lot of layups and quick shots in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. And I think that that's something that North Georgia is good with. We don't have a super deep roster of 14 players, but I think our depth is really good, whereas Francis Marion has all but 2 girls have scored all but 4 points of theirs so far this game. So I think Coach Burson has to like where we're at. It's just a matter of making a couple of adjustments and finding where their big is and not letting her get rhythm threes.
So look at your numbers from the first half of play. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at some highlights from the first 20 minutes. North Georgia on top by 9. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad cause you're on your own? I can't find a little help from my friends, so I'm gonna try a little help from my friends.
Can you stop copying me?
When you're facing cancer, you want a winning team on your side. Or even better, two. That's why Northeast Georgia Medical Center is now an affiliate of the Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. A new collaboration that gives you access to more treatment options and promising clinical trials. All at convenient locations that keep you safe and close to home. Northeast Georgia Medical Center, now an affiliate of Winship at Emory. More voices, more victories.
The Nighthawks of North Georgia used a strong second quarter to take the lead, which is 9. Let's look back at some of the plays that got them the advantage.
Dribble handoff, that's our customary action. And there's your hula hoop 3, we'll call that for the rest of the year, from Julianne Sutton. Again, playing through the post is always great for us. That's Lacey McCoy using her 3 dribbles, getting to the other side of the rim. This is also going to result in a Lacey McCoy layup here because she just gets lost in baseline out, and again uses a good pivot and a good dribble to create an easy 2. Handoff action that they decide to go under. That automatic read is a jump shot, but that's one of the few misses by Abby that Kara Groover goes and cleans up, which she does so well. And then high ball screen. We talked about that. If you get dribbled at and you're on the wing, you need to back cut, and that's exactly what happened there. Here goes Lacey again with a paint touch, ball reversal. Great little pocket pass by Abby Franklin there. Finished 2 by Lacey McCoy. So you see the value of getting the basketball with 2 feet into the paint. You see the value of playing into our bigs and then out through our bigs, and then capitalizing on turnovers. We've had a couple turnovers that we've generated from Francis Marion. Let's see, quick glance. They have 9 already this game. We've got to do a better job of converting those into points. There's been just too many shots on the rim that have kind of bounced around and not gone our way.
All right. And we will step aside one more time.
All right.
When we come back, let's jump into that second half, shall we?
I'm ready.
All right. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back right after this.
Here in Dahlonega, we treasure our history.
We treasure our waterfalls.
We treasure our wine.
But most of all, we treasure our guests.
We are a family.
We treasure our community.
And we're an experience for you to discover.
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 The heart of the Georgia mountains.
The heart of the Georgia mountains.
Discover the heart of the Georgia mountains.
The mountains are open.
Team's ready to crank up quarter number 3 as North Georgia looks for win number 15 on the season. It's been right at a month tomorrow, since the only blemish on the record for the Nighthawks, that overtime loss at Lander, ball game that quite easily could have gone the other way.
Could have, but it's not the one that you need to win.
Nope.
The one that you need to win is going to be in March.
Yep. Take a look at some of the other action this afternoon from around the league. Flagler and Pembroke early on.
Another I-85 battle there.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of I-85 there. I bet the Saints were asleep by the time they got to the south of the border challenge.
I think you're probably right.
It's a lot of pavement there.
No doubt about it. We are underway. Francis Marion with the ball to start play here in quarter number 3. Number 3, Jasmine May, gets rid of it. Ball knocked away. Martin comes up with it. Caroline Martin blazing down the floor, puts it up and in.
Tough. That's what she is.
Telling you, she would not be denied on that loose ball.
And plays through contact.
May controlling for the Patriots. Lob to Taylor, guarded by Sutton. The skip pass over to Gilmore. 3 is good.
Anytime you can throw over the top of the defense and go wing to wing on the catch, you're forcing a long closeout, whether against man or zone, and normally results in a wide open 3.
Down low, Sutton misses, gets a rebound. Ball taken away, out of bounds. It'll stay North Georgia. Gilmore, a 24% shooter from beyond the arc on the season. A lob to Hubert, hands it to Martin at the elbow, drives the lane. Now to Kara Groover. That one is off the mark, into the hands of Scarlett Gilmore. Bounce pass to Taylor, top of the key, and Sutton was there defensively. Now May puts up the shot, no good. Rebound Hubert, outlet comes to Franklin. Abby brings it up in between the circles. Now gets it to Julianne down low. Shot is up, wouldn't go. Rebound to Lauren Taylor. Taylor brings it up. The freshman gives back. 8:20 to go in quarter number 3. Anaya Oliver. Way to Gilmore. The running shot no good and out of bounds to North Georgia. Quickly, Franklin tries to beat the defense. Now back it goes to Groover. In the corner to Martin. Franklin zips it to Sutton. Here comes another 3, would not go. Out of bounds. Last touched by Jasmine Stanley, and so North Georgia will retain possession. That's the most 3s in a game I can recall from Julianne. Most 3 attempts. Franklin to inbound. Does so to Hubert.
There we go.
And a beautiful play.
Always, Coach Burson's teams are so good baseline out. Makes you have to think about other action that is easily interchangeable in between games.
The drive by Oliver, shot no good. Rebound tipped away, and last touch by North Georgia. Both Martin and Franklin got hands on it. Patriots have it underneath their own goal. The lob out to Gilmore, guarded by Martin. Shot clock at 15. Lauren Taylor. Away it goes to Stanley with 6. 5 back to Taylor in the hands of Anaya Oliver. She'll drive, put up the shot off the glass. No good.
Oh, wow.
Franklin to Martin. Caroline makes herself some room, gets the ball to Sutton, who hands it to Abby. We played 3 minutes here in quarter number 3. Franklin to Hubert. The lob to Julianne, guarded by Taylor. Puts it up, and it's good, and the foul.
I love when the leader, sometimes you have like emotion players on your team. That's strictly what they do, but when you're All-American can not only make this play, but then yearn the passion and the emotion out of the rest of the players. That's a pretty rare occurrence.
Julianne at the line, looking to expand on what is a 12-point lead, and does so. Old-fashioned 3-point play. That is the largest advantage of the ball game. Hubert and Groover get breathers. McCoy and Earnhardt on the floor for North Georgia. Near side, Gilmore, guarded by Martin, drives, stops. Shot no good, rebound to Sutton. Outlet comes to Franklin. Abby up the floor, the pass, and McCoy could not get to that pass. I think Abby had a little too much on it.
Yeah, see, if Abby keeps her dribble alive there, like Lacey's a little open, but if she keeps her dribble alive there, Lacey running that pipe run will make the wing open, and then Abby can just take her dribble a little bit deeper to the free throw line and kick that out. So the value of the pipe run is not always trying to get layups, but it's trying to open up the wings.
Nice play inside to Jasmine Stanley, who converts, and it's 51-40. Down low, McCoy, guarded by Taylor. Shot's good. That's a tough angle.
Over the defender there. She's normally an around the defender kind of offensive player, but right there she went over.
Lacey McCoy now in double digits with 11. Came into today averaging 8 points a contest. The foul prior to the shot is going to be wiped away, and a foul charged to Martin. Brianna White replacing Jasmine Stanley for the Patriots. Macy Gregg doing likewise for the Nighthawks, and that will give a breather to Abby Franklin. 13-point advantage for North Georgia. Inbounds comes to Brianna White, hands it to Anaya Oliver. Oliver guarded by Gregg. Launches a three, it's no good. Rebound to McCoy. Oh, off the heel.
Oh, she dribbled off of our player?
I thought it was off the heel of Taylor.
I did too. Equally as good on baseline out of bounds as we are offensively, we're just as good defensively as well. And you can see our girls get in a stance before the ball's even inbounded, and we're not going to get any easy scripted offense underneath Francis Marion's basket.
Gilmore, a high arcing three from the corner, and it's back to a 10-point ball game, 53-43. That'll be the third foul on Lauren Taylor, trying to defend Julianne Sutton.
It's like the pipe runs. It's like, again, it's not always going to yield an easy layup too. So if you get one or two a game, that's great, but it just forces their big to defend baseline to baseline, and then you see what the result that you see is right there, and that's usually foul trouble.
So, and that pass telegraphed and intercepted by Scarlett Gilmore. Drives, puts it up, and scores.
And a nice finish there. That's 5 straight from Gilmore.
Give her 17 on the afternoon, and it's 53-45. Shot missed by the Nighthawks. Quickly ahead of the field, Brianna White, good, and the foul will give her a 3-point opportunity. An official timeout taken with 4:51 to play in quarter number 3. Your score, North Georgia 53, Francis Marion 47. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The human body is like any high-performance machine. As the miles add up, parts wear out. That's where pain begins. And here's where it ends. Where top orthopedic surgeons use breakthrough techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for good. Feel like new again for miles to come at the region's only dedicated joint care center, Northeast Georgia Medical Center.
53-47 your score, 4:51 to go here in quarter number 3. And while North Georgia pushed it out to 13 points for their largest advantage, hats off to the Patriots for keeping this ball game within reach.
Yeah, hats off to the Patriots for responding there. You know, that we got to that point, you know, on the road on a Monday afternoon, and North Georgia had stretched it to, what does your chart say, 13, 15? 13.
Yep.
And easy just to start making bad decisions, but they have not. And they are now right back in this thing.
Earnhardt to Martin on the wing, one dribble and out to Franklin. So you've got Martin, Franklin, McCoy, Sutton, and Earnhardt. Beautiful feed inside to Julianne for the easy 2.
Good set out of timeout offense there.
55-47. 4:24 to go in the third. Gilmore on the wing. Out front it goes to Cameron Johnson. Gilmore, a nice fake and a nice drive in the basket. And she is the leading scorer this afternoon with 21. Six-point ball game, 55-49. Franklin, the lob to McCoy, guarded by Brianna White. Puts it up in traffic, no good, but a foul will send her to the line.
There goes the I'm going to dribble around you post action.
Yeah.
Love it. Francis Marion's on-ball defensive pressure has kind of bothered us a little bit here in the last few. It just gets our eyes down and not looking at a lot of our action. We want to see it, you know, and it takes a little bit of time to develop. Francis Marion's done a good job of keeping us really active when we have the ball in our hand, and in some cases having to put it down and dribble it for pressure release when that's definitely not what we want to be doing.
2 foul shots from Lacey make it 57-49. Cameron Johnson away to Brianna White in the corner. Out front it goes to Anaya Oliver. Taken away by Martin, but the loose ball right to White and a foul called. And that will be against Earnhardt.
Unfortunate series there. We kind of had got the deflection and created a loose ball, but wasn't able to initiate the transition with it. And then another loose ball happened, and we get whistled for the foul. I'm trying to gather it.
Backdoor cut intended for Stanley, intercepted by Caroline Martin. Caroline gets it over to Franklin, now into McCoy. Couple of dribbles, turns, makes some room. The shot wouldn't go. And a rebound to Stanley for Francis Marion.
What's the rule if you make a back cut, Craig? Cannot do what? Stop.
Yep.
You got to go.
And that time, Cameron Johnson stopped, threw it back out to a teammate, and then a basket ensues from Gilmore, and she has 23.
She's not kidding around.
Gilmore averaging 11 coming in. We'll see that average nudged up a bit.
Especially as this is only their 10th game.
Yep.
So.
57-51. McCoy, one dribbling away to Franklin. Skip pass to Martin, drives around Gilmore, feeds Sutton. The shot is good.
Early on, Carolina would try to force that up against the help defense. You recognize the help defense had come to her. Nice little, wasn't a bounce pass, but it just elevator door pocket pass there. And that's good driver awareness by the freshman.
And nice touch by Julianne to finish it off.
Yep, with no backboard.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. One of the fine sponsors of the Nighthawk Sports Network, Georgia Mountain Television. Our thanks to them for their support of UNG athletics. 2:04 to go in the third. It's 59-51. Patriots in the inbound over the head of Jasmine Stanley. Martin, it's a 2-on-1. Caroline will stop and have it taken away. I think Lacey was expecting to receive a pass.
Yeah, she did a good job of running with her. I don't think Caroline knew that she was in a 2-on-1. She thought it was a 1-on-1.
Inbound comes to Caroline. Now over to Lacey. Open around the horn they go. Franklin, three in the corner, would not fall. That literally touched every player's hands on the court for the Nighthawks before the shot from Abby. From the elbow, Gilmore, and that's a rare miss, but the follow by White knocked away. Nighthawks have it. Abby Franklin controls. 1:25 to go in the third. It's an 8-point advantage for UNG. Sutton at the elbow, hands to Franklin. The pass intended for Julianne knocked away by Stanley. And so North Georgia will have 11 seconds with which to work. Groover inbounds to Julianne. Shot clock at 8. Franklin with 7, 6, 5, 4. Backdoor cut, Martin. And that's going to be a foul on the Patriots. And Brianna White. Oh, and did Martin twist an ankle or just they hit knees, perhaps?
I think she might have landed on the help defender's foot when she came down.
And she is holding that left ankle. 1:04 remaining here in the third.
Georgia Southwestern Spring Invitational down in Albany going on right now. The Doublegate Country Club. Men's golf was 11th after round 1, but now through the second 9 of the second loop, they've charged all the way up to 15th out of 16. Really, really good teams led by Noah Zedeker, transfer from Delta State,
nice.
Who's T3rd in a loaded field.
Nice. Foul shot taken by Josie Earnhardt. Martin helped off the court, and Josie got them both.
Good free throw substitution.
Yes, indeed. Josie on the season,
Start with an
71%. No, 71.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Caught me by surprise.
Johnson away to Gilmore. Final 45 seconds of the third quarter. It's a 10-point ball game. North Georgia on top. And that pass right through the wickets of Jasmine Stanley and out of bounds.
Credit that turnover to Josie Earnhardt there. Just really good on-ball pressure. Just made her think, and that was one of those frustration passes. I'm tired of her guarding me. I want somebody else to play with it for a while.
Yep. Franklin guarded by Jasmine May. Shot clock at 15. The pass intended for Julianne Sutton. Finds it back to Franklin. The lob intended for Groover, out of bounds and over to Frances Marion. And Kara is going to have to go search for the basketball underneath the bleachers. Does so and comes away with it.
Her hair is really long.
Yes. Final 15 seconds of quarter number 3. Patriots down by 10. Cameron Johnson to Stanley out front. 5, 4. Gilmore with 3, 2, 1. They're not going to get a shot away. It's a 10-point lead for North Georgia. And 10 more minutes remain to be played. We will take a break and be back with quarter number 4 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
And back we are here in the Convocation Center. 10-point advantage for the Nighthawks. Largest lead was 13. They will finish up the regular season slate on Saturday afternoon. Clayton State comes calling.
Overtime win on the road down there. Clayton State playing for both their PBC seed and still trying to earn a spot into the Fab 6 of the New South region.
You don't have to look too far. This play has resumed to remember some nice battles between North Georgia and Clayton State through the years. Rebound by Sutton on her miss and puts it in.
That's a learned skill set for a bigs to be quick off of their feet. So down, up, down, up, down, up, to be able to go right back into a scoring action. Yeah, it's like I was thinking about like to the battles way back in Memorial Hall. You knew you were going to get pressed by the Lakers.
Yeah. Franklin comes up with it.
Still do get sped up by him.
63-51. Tony Finau is the name that I could not recall during the break. Groover the three, no good. Rebound Sutton. Julianne in traffic, would not fall. Ball tipped out of bounds to Frances Marion.
See, like I thought Kara Groover was fouled there. Not on the shot itself, but a defender has to give room and space for an offensive player to complete the scoring action. And she wasn't able to come down comfortably.
Circus shot would not fall for Oliver, and a foul on her ensues. Sutton out front. Now away to Franklin. Open, Groover, wing three, wouldn't fall. Rebound to White. Now Oliver brings it up for Frances Marion. Jasmine May missing there. Rebound to Groover. Now Franklin takes it to the corner, finds Sutton. The give to Groover, and I'm not sure Kara actually expected to get the ball.
No, she was just cutting to open up space.
And all alone inside, Jasmine Stanley, sophomore from Goose Creek, South Carolina, scores.
I think Coach Burson wants on Julianne's paint touch to not let it come out on the same side. It needs to come from one side on the post entry and then go out to the other side, basically resulting in a ball reversal.
Oliver with the ball for Frances Marion. Drives, finds herself wide smack open, and puts it in. .7:14 to play.
We'll score a basket here and call a timeout.
Straight away, Sutton hands it to Earnhardt. That one just a little too much off the rim. Hubert set to check in at the next opportunity. Three from Gilmore, wouldn't fall. Rebound.
Big rebound.
Taken by Franklin. Here come the Nighthawks. Abby brings it up. The pass wide open. Groover decides to drive and take a layup instead of a three. And just as you called it, timeout on the floor. 6:34 to go. 65-55 North Georgia on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What do I do when my love is away? There's a world where you to be alone. How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad cause you're on your own? I can't find a little help from my friends. So I'm gonna try a little help from my friends.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
65-55 is your score. North Georgia on top of Francis Marion by 10. We've got 6:34 remaining in this Monday reschedule. Saturday afternoon, Clayton State to wrap up regular season play.
Pending anything crazy, next Wednesday early evening PBC semi.
And looking forward to that. May inbounds to Oliver. And Anaya brings it up. Guarded by Franklin. Now to the wing. Long three is good for Jasmine May. Franklin drives wide open for the layup. The last two baskets for North Georgia have come on easy layups. .550 to go. White, top of the key. Gets it to May, lost the handle, retrieves it, guarded by Lacey McCoy. Now kicks it over. Oliver's shot no good. Rebound taken by Earnhardt. Here comes Josie. Top of the key, around screen from Sutton. Franklin zips it down low. Julianne off the glass, no good. And rebound to Brianna White.
That's what she's going to make a whole bunch. It's almost too clean of a look for her. The degree of difficulty wasn't high enough.
Jasmine May inbounds it. Oliver dribbles it up. 67-58, 5:15 to go. Stanley takes it. 10-footer in the lane, off balance is good.
Let me see how this team's 1-8.
I'm shocked. It's a 7-point ball game against the 13th ranked team in the country. Open Julianne, no good. Rebound taken by Lauren Taylor back in the ball game. 4:44 to go. Taylor was really out for a long time. Stanley in the corner. Now looking for help. Finds it in Taylor. Out to Oliver. Shot clock at 9. She'll drive. Stop in the lane. Off balance. No good. Rebound to Julianne Sutton, and I believe that gives her enough for a double-double.
Intel says that might have been her 20th of her career.
And 6th this year. Hands it to Franklin. Abby away to Earnhardt. Josie, that one off the iron, no good. Inside 4 minutes we go.
Caroline Martin set to check in, so that ankle mishap.
That's a good sign. Long three is good, and it is a 4-point ball game, 67-63. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Earnhardt zips it to Sutton. Julianne hands it to Franklin. She drives, stops, kicks back to Earnhardt. Shot clock at 12. Pass intended for Sutton. Now tipped right back to her. The easy layup. An official timeout with 3:15 to go. Your score, North Georgia clinging to an advantage, 69-63. Back in a moment. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college.
The home stretch this afternoon in Dahlonega, 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go, and only a 6-point difference between these two teams. It has been a good ball game this afternoon.
Yeah, tip of the hat to Francis Marion. Can't say one team was more, had rough circumstances to go through than the other one. They both had road contests on Saturday. Francis Marion having back-to-backs and a long 7-hour trip to get here. So tip of the hat to them. You know, we're talking about how sometimes teams that don't necessarily have postseason qualification goals still, and then it's even compounded this year because of the fact that, you know, it's really a free year for if a student can choose to come back. So the freedom that they're playing with has definitely resulted in them being right in the thick of things here.
Ball last touched by Martin, and so Francis Marion will retain possession. Bounce pass to Taylor, takes the shot, no good. Ball tipped, and McCoy comes up with it. Ahead to Franklin. Inside 3 minutes to go. Earnhardt looking for room. Martin now lobs it, intended for Julianne. And that'll be a foul on Stanley, who impeded Julianne's ability to retrieve that pass.
Luckily, because that was an odd angled pass. From low wing back to the right high hand.
Franklin thought about a three, instead gets it to Martin and over to Earnhardt. Josie a couple of dribbles, 12 on the shot clock. Franklin feeds McCoy down low, left it short, no good. Lauren Taylor the rebound. And here comes Francis Marion, 2:22 to play. Drive along the baseline and crowded a bit by Earnhardt. They'll call a foul on Josie. I beg your pardon.
I believe you're right. Is it not? It's just not a shooting foul.
Okay. Patriots have it underneath their own goal. Inbound comes to Gilmore. Scarlett away to Johnson. Cameron zips it over to Bullock. Nearly stolen by McCoy. And now she gets it. Lacey tracks it down. Up it comes to Caroline. Just love the way she plays the game.
I didn't get it that time, but I'm going to get it the next cookie.
McCoy, top of the key, over to Earnhardt. The pass to Julianne, double team down the lane. McCoy, the shot wouldn't go, but a foul on number 5, Abigail Bullock. Bullock from Brooklyn, New York.
Love what she brings to the table.
Yeah. You can tell that she enjoys playing the game.
Yeah, I think they all do to some degree, but it's good to see someone that has been in role development. So somebody that, had a limited role to begin with and just kind of accepted it and grew into something more. And she's one of her first subs off the bench and scoring at a pretty good clip for us right now.
Brings in an average of 8 a game today with that foul shot. Now 14 on the afternoon. It's 70-63. 90 seconds remain here in Dahlonega. Lauren Taylor drives around Sutton. Got too far underneath. Sutton the rebound. Outlet comes to Franklin. Abby out near midcourt. Guarded by Gilmore. Instead, she'll hand it to Martin. Caroline works down the lane. The shot up and good. And that move is becoming her signature.
I'm going to dribble around you.
3 no good. Rebound to Martin. A minute and a second to go. It's 72-63. Quickly the other way. Martin stops. Tried to get it back to Earnhardt, but was fouled. Clock stopped. 57.3. And what's amazing to me is not just the speed with which she makes those drives, but the body control to then be able to get off the shot.
Ability to not only get the shot off, but absorb contact in doing so.
Franklin in between the circles, and a foul by Gilmore. Or beg your pardon, that's Oliver. Stops the clock with 50.8. And Abby goes to the line. First one no good. An unusual miss. Right at 70% on the season from the charity stripe. She'll have one more. And got it. And we'll stay right here. Made mention earlier in the broadcast, all of the success this last weekend, teams here at North Georgia, and what fun it was on Saturday to see everybody competing and winning.
Yeah, it was a 7-0 day on Saturday and a 4-1 day on Sunday. Saturday included a rifle win over VMI and some record-shattered rifle team having an unbelievable year, positioning themselves, if not for the team, possibly for some individual selection in the NCAA tournament in first time ever in school history. So we'll await that announcement here tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock.
That's exciting. Shot in the lane, no good. Ball tipped, and that will be allowed to go out of bounds. And so North Georgia will have it with 43 seconds. You talk about the evolution of an athletic department as a whole, but that means that there's an evolution of the programs individually that make that happen.
Yeah, that's a good point. Success breeds success. And so when you've got a couple of teams kind of leading the charge for us, you've got other coaches that spend a lot of time together and they want the same things for their program. And I'll tell you what, I think this whole kind of evolution got kick-started back in 15 with the softball team winning the national championship. I really think that did wonders for our athletic department and our school in general, because it was proof that we can be on the biggest stage and win. And then to your point, some of these other coaches are saying now, well, how come me? How come not my program?
They want to share in that success. Taylor stops, puts it up from 10 feet and hits. Lauren Taylor now on the afternoon with 19 points. Makes it 73-65. Next broadcast here on the Nighthawk Sports Network coming up. And that'll be Saturday afternoon. We got a doubleheader. Clayton State coming to call.
3:30 first tip for the women. We'll come on air about 10 minutes prior to that, and then we'll take a little bit of a break. Probably try to hunt down a couple slices of pizza around this joint.
Now you're talking.
And do it again at a 6 o'clock tip for the men. we will actually have one broadcast before we're back here in Convocation Center. And that's earlier that day as well. We'll have Southern Wesleyan in town to challenge our 10-0 second-ranked Nighthawk softball team.
I'll tell you, just look at, and you made mention of the national title for that program. Coach Davenport has yet again put together a phenomenal team. Third longest winning streak in the nation, and the foul there was 29.2.
She's the best 71% free throw shooter I've ever seen.
Yeah, staggering, isn't it? Earnhardt from Raven Gap puts that one in. 74-65.
That's headed towards God's country up there.
I was going to say, it is the gateway to God's country.
Good word.
75-65. Final 20 seconds of this ball game. And a block by Caroline Martin. Just love the tenacity that she plays with.
Just not afraid of much. A blonde ponytail just kind of flopping around in the wind. And she just goes at it. Glad to see her bounce back from that ankle injury. This team has so many good pieces. I'll tell you one piece that I am a big fan of as well is Abby Hubert.
Yes.
An upperclassman that scored 1,000 points in her college career, but starting player for us, scored a career high 23 or 24 earlier this season, and so now she's learned that she's sharing a piece of the role now, but still comes in and does what she does, and there's something to be said for that.
The foul shots by Martin make it 77-65. That miss by Taylor over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. And that's what it takes, to your point, that's what it takes for a team to be successful. And that is going to wrap this one up. 77-65 the final. North Georgia improves to 15-1, 12-1 in the Peach Belt. We will step aside and be back to wrap things up right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Joyride beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. All right, I'm good.
Goodbye, LA, until another time. When can we call it love? Think we crossed the line.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
North Georgia now has a dozen conference wins to their credit, and they improve to 15-1 overall with today's 77-65 victory over Francis Marion. This was not an easy win today.
No, absolutely not. There were a couple things we were curious to evaluate that we talked about in the opening, and some of them caught me by surprise, and one of the things that caught me by surprise was the pace of the game in the first 20 minutes for two teams that have had a lot on their plate in the last 48 hours, and so it was a rather fast pace. And to that point, I think in the second half, some of that started to show its ugly head a little bit. A good number of more missed shots and turnovers, and the game wasn't quite as clean at that point. But tip of the hat to Francis Marion. I think that, you know, everybody's been dealing with these curveballs that COVID has thrown us, but we were talking about off air that I think that they're just like a lot of those teams that we've seen, you know, the Augustas, the Columbuses, the Southwesterns, the Young Harrises, the Aikens, they're kind of a Flagler. They're kind of all the very right in it. So it's just a matter of who's going to be able to win enough of those games and really get to the finish line.
Yep.
And so another win for the Nighthawks, chalk that up. I think they need a day off, you know, and then hopefully regroup for what lies ahead.
No doubt. Francis Marion will finish with 3 games. They'll play Augusta on Wednesday, Flagler on Saturday, and then Pembroke again 1 week from today. And again, as we've mentioned, North Georgia will not play until Saturday here against Clayton State. Anxious always when we make the transition from regular season into postseason, and it is nigh upon us.
It's coming up. It's so we'll have the final regular season on Saturday, and it's good to know that Buffy's quote-unquote senior-laden team has no interest in having a senior day.
Yeah.
So that means good news on the horizon for that. But and then we'll transition into a Wednesday, March 3rd PBC semifinal, which will definitely be here now. And then Saturday, the championship will be at Lander if they win their semi. And then after that, the following week, we'll be hosting the NCAA Regional right here in Dahlonega.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Big time ahead in the coming weeks. That's going to wrap things up for us today. Again, your final score, 77-65. North Georgia victorious over Francis Marion. On behalf of Lee Glenn and the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team, I'm Craig Corbin saying so long, everybody. We'll see you again the next time right here. Have a good one.